Hello, it's Neil Ball here. I've had an email from somebody asking me how much more money does it cost if you want to produce some results. So I thought I'd produce a video to try to answer that question as clearly as I can. I get the idea from the question that there's a suspicion that there's some kind of catch to this, and you're going to end up in some kind of funnel that's going to be asking for extra upsells and one-time offers and things like that, and there isn't any of that. If you're looking for an excuse not to spend the money on it, then I think you need to, what I would suggest is you think about something here, because it's okay finding a reason not to do something, but how many times have you done that in the past? How many times have you found reasons not to do something, and as a result of it, you've never changed your life, you've never made a difference, because you're always finding a reason why you shouldn't do something. So you need to be open-minded, and you need to take on board the possibility that this could benefit you in many ways, because it will. So what I'm thinking now is that I'll go through what the system is again and try and be a bit more concise and clear with it about how it works, because it's quite complicated, and I am going to miss some bits out, but they're not bits about what you spend, they're more about what you'll make in terms of money, because it'll come further down the line. So the first thing is the blogging platform. The blogging platform in its basic form costs $25 a month, and for $25 a month you get a high page rank, high authority blogging platform that you can promote anything you like on. You can promote other products, you can promote the Empower product, you can write about anything you fancy. There's no restrictions. As long as it's legal, you can publish it on there. You've got control over it. There isn't some editor that's going to come along and take the content off. So you have a free rein to do what you like. So that provides an opportunity, because as I said in the other video, people like Hub Pages and eZine Articles and Squidoo, they edit, they remove content that they don't like, and it means that you put effort into writing the content and possibly submitting it or uploading it, and then finding that it's not accepted or it's removed. You're not going to get that with this. So if you decide to promote products from, say, Commission Junction, who have affiliate offers, and you want to blog about those products on the Empower network and make money through Commission Junction, you can do that. And that will only cost you $25 a month to get access to the platform. And remember, with the $25 a month, you don't have any hosting costs, you don't have any setup costs, and you don't need any expertise to set it up. It's very, very simple. So that's the first level of it. Now, yes, there are more levels to it, and it really depends what you want out of it. So it's not that there's a catch, it's just that how much do you want out of it and how much do you want to put into it. So if you take it to the next level, the next step up from there is to become an affiliate. Now, what that means is that as an affiliate, you can then get paid for promoting the Empower network platform. So if you introduce it to other people and they buy into it, you'll make money out of those people investing in the Empower network. So, but the other thing it gives you, when you do that, is you then also have access to sales funnel, which will give you sales videos, squeeze pages, which are really the pages you send all your traffic to, which you've probably come through when I promoted this to you. And you also get emails which you can then send out to people, so that you've got a sort of in-the-box solution, so you're not having to start from scratch, create videos, create emails, create anything else, just the whole funnel itself. That's all created for you. It's very simple. You just copy and paste a few bits and pieces, it tells you what to do in the training, and you can start promoting it. The other thing I didn't mention is when you buy the blogging platform, you also get quick start training, which explains to you how to get the most out of the platform as a blogging platform. So what you need to do to get results over a period of time. Now when you promote the blog and you're using the blogging platform, you aren't going to see instant results because it takes time. It takes time for Google to index the pages and for the traffic, for the pages to get ranked in the search engines and for traffic to accumulate over time. But with steady, if you steadily add content to the blogging platform, then over time you'll start to build the traffic that comes to the platform, and you'll start to increase the number of subscribers that you get, and you then can promote to those subscribers and with the possibility of making money out of them when they buy into the system. So that's the very basic level. Now then what you've got beyond that is you've then got training which you can buy, and there are different levels of training that you can buy, and you can then promote those as well. So, but before I get into that, I think what you need to really ask yourself is, what do you want? You know, knowledge is power at the end of the day. If you think about a doctor or a lawyer, then they go to college and they spend probably in excess of $100,000 training themselves up to get qualified so that one day they can make a lot of money. So they are investing in themselves for a potential future that will come eventually. But it's going to take a lot of hard work for them. They're not going to get there straight away. So they have to believe that they're going to get to the end of the process, and they have to stick with it. If they don't, they won't qualify. And if they don't qualify, they don't get the money at the end. So this is a similar sort of thing, but much less money. Another example would be something like McDonald's. If you think of McDonald's, McDonald's is to set up a franchise of McDonald's, which anybody can do as long as they accept you. It costs you a lot of money. You've got to invest in the brand of McDonald's, which will cost you because you're buying their expertise, you're buying their training, you're buying their systems, you're buying their brand, and then you have to invest in the actual outlet itself, and you've got to pay ongoing fees to McDonald's every time you sell a burger. So there's a whole number of payments that are going to be made forever with a franchise. This has a small number of payments you have to make, but not much, really not much. And on the basic level, it's $25. If you're an affiliate, it's $25, and then to be an affiliate, it costs you another $20 a month. So really, I think the question, whilst obviously you've asked me the question, I think the question is, how much is it worth to you to do something that will change your life? How much do you value trying to make a difference so that you can change your life, so you give yourself an opportunity to make money and do something different to what you're doing now? If you feel there's a lot of value in that, then this is definitely for you. If you feel that you might not make it, or you might quit part way down the road, then it probably isn't for you. But you're never going to be a doctor or a lawyer either, because if you quit at that, you don't have sort of half qualified doctors dealing with you. You're either a doctor or you're not a doctor. And this is very much the same. So before I go into the cost of the training, I don't want you to miss the end of this video. If when I give you the numbers you get put off by them in any way, and obviously your threshold for that will depend on how much money you've got available, there's something about this system which is a real sweetener on it, which can potentially mean that it won't cost you anything. So do stick around to the end, because if you don't, you won't get a full picture of what the system involves and what the costs are and what you can get out of it. So being very, as sort of explaining this as simply as I can, without going into specifics of what each of these trainings are, I'll explain what you've got, what's available. The first training is called the Inner Circle, and that is consists of about 70 audios, which are usually about an hour long, but can be anything up to 2 hours long, and they are packed with information on how you can improve, how you can market the system, how you can market online, and indeed market this system if you want to do that, but you can also use the training for marketing other systems. And it's also got a number of people from the Empower network who've made a lot of money, and they come on these inner circle interviews in a sort of mastermind type of environment, and they reveal how they're doing what they're doing. So they'll give away the secrets of some of the things that they're doing, which are making them the money that they're making. So you get to understand what's the difference between what you're doing and what they're doing. So over time you can adjust what you're doing and improve what you're doing. The other thing about it is that it also gives you a mindset that you can use for the way you approach what you do, and a mindset of just your general mindset in life and about success, and how about the mindset of making money, the whole thing. And I could go on about that for ages, but I don't want to here. I want to try to stay focused on what I'm talking about. But there's a huge amount of training in there which is really, really useful, which will become part of the part of what you'll use to become successful with the Empower network, if you want to use it in a particular way. Now, as I said to you earlier, it is optional. You don't have to buy this, and if you don't buy it, as long as you do what you're told to do in the beginning, eventually you'll make money out of it, but it'll take time. Whereas once you start buying the training, what you're effectively doing is you're buying more expertise, more knowledge, so that you get to the desired outcome quicker, because you're wiser, because you've got more skills. And that's like anything in life. You know, you can shortcut things, or and usually that involves having to pay for the expertise, or you learn by the school of hard knocks. Now, some people like to learn by the school of hard knocks. They think, I can do that on my own. I can go out and I can figure out what works and what doesn't. And you can. The problem is that you can spend a lot of time figuring out what doesn't work, and if you're not lucky, you'll spend all your time figuring out what doesn't work, and you'll never figure out what does. So it's much better to learn from people who've already gone down that road, to learn from successful people, so that you emulate what they're doing, and then you become successful, which really is quite obvious. The step up from that, or the other part of the training, is called the Costa Rica Intensive. Now, the Costa Rica Intensive it was actually a $3,000 mastermind, which was in Costa Rica, with a small number of people, and it has much higher level concepts and training in there to explain how you scale to the next level, so that you take your knowledge and you add to that knowledge, and you use that knowledge to then make more money. Now, the Costa Rica Intensive is a $500 one-time payment. So once you've paid that, that's it, it's yours. And that has 11 high quality videos in there, and it's not one of these courses like you get on ClickBank or somewhere, where you buy something and you look at it and you think, oh wow, I've got a dozen videos here, and when you actually start watching them, you find that each video is 10 minutes long, so actually you've got about one video divided into 12. This is 11 high quality videos, which are quite long videos. You've got an hour to two, probably at least an hour, usually probably an hour and a half to 2 hours on each video. So there's a substantial amount of content, and it's increased, I think, because when I last went through that, I seem to remember there was about 8 videos in there, so there's been some more put in there since I last did it. So it's even added to as well. So once you buy it, you get all the upgrades to it, so any extra content that comes in or improvements, they're all put in there for you. So the next thing is, the next product is the 15K formula. Now the 15K formula is a number of training videos. There's 24 of them in total, which are all sort of high quality content. Again, not short videos, substantial meaty videos, packed with content, packed with information to educate you and explain how you need to approach marketing online to get results. And that is explained by some of the best people in the industry who will come along, the people who specialise in certain aspects and are the best at what they do, will come along and explain how they get results using a particular method of marketing. So it might be that somebody will come along and talk about blogging, because they're an expert at that, and they only blog. And there are people who do that. So that's the conceptually the same as the $25 entry level, but these people explain how they make it work and the other things that they do to get results. You also get people who come along who talk about solo ads, so for example, or talk about video marketing, or talk about how to syndicate your content and how to market your content all over the internet so that you get results from various places. And it's a fantastic amount of training that you really have to go through and you have to experience, because you will come out of the other end of it a different person, because you'll find yourself thinking like the people who are talking to you. You'll start practicing and following some of the techniques that they offer so that you improve, and you'll be constantly improving what you're doing as you figure that they're doing something slightly different to you and they're getting results and you might not be. So very, very beneficial. So the 15K formula is a higher level of training with more information, and as I say, it's 24 high quality videos, and the cost of that is $1,000, and that's a one-time payment, and that's it. And then the next level of training, and this is really high level stuff, and it's going to take you some time to get to this level, because the amount of stuff or the amount of content that's available and the amount of information that's available in the other levels is so much that it's going to take quite a while to get through all of that and put it into practice so that it starts to give you results in your business. But the next level is the Masters course. Now the Masters course is the sort of pinnacle in terms of the quality and the amount of information that's in there. It really is high level advanced training, which again approaches mindset, techniques, advanced techniques of how to get results out of applying the information and using it to market either the Empower product or other products, either which way. And there is something like 40 high quality videos in there, which again are substantial videos, which will take an amount of time to get through, and they're absolutely crammed, packed full of content, which will deliver the next level to get you to the sort of top levels of making money out of the system, if you follow the system. And that, you know, with all of this, there are no guarantees, and I said that in my first video that you saw last time. The amount that you get out of it is really proportionate to the amount you put into it. If you follow the system and you do everything in there, you will make money out of it. But if you miss bits out, then you might not. And that's like anything in life. You know, this isn't some push button system that's going to deliver guaranteed results. you will get results if you follow the system. If you don't follow the system, you won't get results. Actually, the other thing is, the master's course is, now that is $3,500, and it sounds like a lot of money, but there's a fantastic amount of quality content in there. And yeah, I think you've got to think about this, that even if you add all those numbers up and look at all of them, you've something like just over $5,000 worth of training, compared to the cost of training to be a doctor or a lawyer, or the cost of setting up a McDonald's franchise, or the cost of buying a business off somebody else. It's quite a small amount of money for the information that you're going to get out of it. And you are going to, with all that knowledge and information, if you use it properly, you really cannot fail to better yourself and to get better results out of anything that you apply it to. Whether it's selling the Empower product, whether it's selling other products, whether it's doing something completely different. You will change when you go through this process. You can't not do. It really is that amazing. So really, the opportunity is fantastic with this. It really is. It's something that allows you to change your whole life if you put the time and effort in. If you feel that you're worth that time and effort. If you really want to get results. Now, where the opportunity comes into this, and this is the really amazing thing about it, is that you spend $5,000 and odd, whatever that adds up to, but you can then use that information and resell it to other people. So you can use the information that you've learned to then sell those products that you've purchased, because you get the rights to sell those products. And when you sell those products to other people, you get 100% of the commission. So you sell the Costa Rica Intensive, you get $500 each time you sell it. If you sell the 15K formula, you'll get $1,000 each time you sell it. If you sell the master's course, I think you get $3,000 on that. Yeah, it's $3,000 you get on that each time you sell that one. So it's slightly less than the full amount, but substantial amounts of money each time you sell the products. So you only have to sell one of each of them to somebody else and you've got your money back. Now, it doesn't stop there, because what you can do then is you can sell them again and again and again, and you make more money. And there are people who've made a huge amount of money, and there's lots of people who've made lots of money out of doing this. So it's not something that one person is doing and no one else can do. You can do it, I can do it, anyone can do it, as long as you follow the system. But if you don't follow the system, you won't do it. So the next opportunity in here is, and it's not something I'm going to spend a lot of time on, because really I think it's a bit complicated explaining it, but there is also a residual income opportunity in this further down the line. Now, it won't come initially because you have to sell to other people to get the residual income, but once you start getting more people on board, you'll start to make residual income out of other people. So not only will you make money from selling the products that you've bought and whatever else you're marketing on there, but you'll also make residual income on an ongoing basis from the people you introduce. So that is another opportunity. So really, it depends what you think you need out of this or what you want out of it. You buy what you can afford, you buy what you're comfortable with. And if you feel that you just want to dip your toe in the water and try it at first, buy it at the $25 level. Try it out and get to know more about it. And then as you see what it's about and you get to understand it more, then spend more money on it. If you feel that you want to get results quicker and you feel that it's worth investing in yourself, then spend more money. Spend what you can afford. Don't spend more than you can afford. There's no point in you remortgaging your house and then finding you can't afford the payment because you've done this. Make sure that whatever you spend, you can afford to spend. But then follow the system. No matter what, follow the system. If you find you're not getting results at first, keep following the system. You've got to keep following it, and if you don't, you'll fail. But as I said, that applies to anything. So there's no guarantees. I can't give you a guarantee. No one can give you a guarantee. I've seen McDonald's and Subway franchises fail. They've been, they've shut down or they've moved because they've not been successful. Those people probably thought they would be. So you can't get a guarantee. The best guarantees that anybody thought they could get was probably from banks at one time. And I don't know about you, but certainly here in the UK, those banks wouldn't exist apart from being propped up by governments, and it's the same in many countries around the world. So no one can guarantee you anything. But what I can say is that there are many people who are making a lot of money out of this. So the probability is there, the possibility is there. This isn't some kind of theoretical, you could make money out of it. It's real. You can make money out of it. There's always going to be naysayers. There's always going to be people out there that say, oh, well, it's this, or it's that, or it's the other. But ultimately, they'll say that to anything you do. There are always people that never do anything in their life because they always criticise things, but they don't take action. And if you don't take action, you don't get results. So it really is a question of how much value you put on yourself and what you want out of your life. If you feel that it's for you and it's worth investing in your education, then spend the money. If you don't feel it's worth it, then don't. And I can't really be more honest than that, because that's the way it is with anything in life. And you will ultimately be the person that makes it a success or not a success if you're really honest with yourself. A lot of people are not always honest with themselves, and they'll say, oh, well, I followed the system, and then you'll say to them, well, did you do this or did you do that? Well, no, I didn't do that. So you didn't follow the system. But you've got to follow the system. You've got to do the whole process, and if you do, ultimately you will get results. So I hope I've answered your question. Thank you for your time, and hopefully you will join me and we can work together, and I'll see you on the inside. Thank you. Goodbye.